Hello and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here,
run!
One of the numerous ideas that I had brainstormed while I was on my business trip back in 2022, which I think for those who have been around for a while know that was what derailed my VTube streaming career, I had thought of doing various concepts on different days of the week, two of which are still going on my channel. Those being the unboxing ASMR on Saturdays and Sunday Fun Day. One of them, which I'm finally dragging out of the closet, is fidget toy review. My attention span is equivalent to that of a coked out squirrel, so it helps me to focus by being able to fidget with something while I work. But given that how I am, in fact, a working woman, crazy, I have a job, oh my goodness, I have a bit of a grading criteria to help me bring in toys that aren't distracting to my coworkers. This grading criteria going forward is the basis of how these videos are going to work. Out of a 10-point scale for each, equating to a 50-point total value, is the following 5 categories. Size, where in my case, smaller is better, so I can keep it in my pockets and fidget discreetly. Sound, though I do like a bit of crunch and crinkle, I do have to keep my environment in mind, so the quieter, the better. Texture, which is a given for most objects. If it feels weird, I don't like it. Durability. My job can be maintenance intensive, so I need things that will last. And finally, personal enjoyability. Of course, these are all going to be my personal opinions, so if you feel like something should have gotten a higher or lower score, let me know down in the comments below. For today's review, I had found this a while back at Target. A Fidget Surprise fidget toy mystery box, which claims to contain 8 different fidgets in each box. Up first, we have a pink and purple llama poppet. Usually I'm not the biggest fan of poppets, given that the more fun designs are usually bigger and more bulky. This one, however, fits nicely in the middle of the road in size. Not too big, but unfortunately not small enough for my pocket. As for sound, though I do love the pops and they aren't as loud as some others, I feel like the repetitiveness of the popping sound will annoy my coworkers. The texture is quite nice. It doesn't have that powdery or slimy feel that some of the others have. The rubber seems like it will be able to last a while, and as for my enjoyability, I do quite like it. It's very cute, and I think it will be a nice toy for at home or for while streaming. Next, we have another poppet. However, this is a singular version in the shape of a pineapple. It's like a pencil eraser that you pop onto the end. I have actually been using this one with my pen, and it works out pretty nice. Size is easily a 10 out of 10, purely because it fits over something that I already use at work and have in my pocket. Sound, of course, is in the same category as the last one, as well as texture. As I have been actively using it, it has been holding up quite well at work. Other than the sound being repetitive, I personally enjoy this one quite a lot. Coming up, our next item is a mesh toy with a marble inside. Honestly, I've looked as much as I could, and the closest thing to a name I could find was a marble masher. It's quite slim and can fit easily into my pocket as I go about my work, and it doesn't make any sound as I mess with the marble inside, which is easily a 10 out of 10. The texture of the mesh is also quite nice, giving me a bit of something sensory to mess with while I work. I'm a bit concerned, however, that the mesh is going to catch on any number of the tools or parts I shove into my pockets as they traverse my workspace, unfortunately. Overall, it does seem like something that I would be able to distract the extra noise in my mind for a bit until I unfortunately get bored with it. The next one was a suction cup toy. That didn't even work all that great. The size is fine. There's barely any sound. It did have a bit of a powdery texture, but not too much for that to throw me off. But as for durability and enjoyability, both zeros. It didn't work and I didn't like it. Next up is a basketball-themed rollerball. I don't mind the size, though it would take up a bit of space in my pockets. And there is sound, but I think the type of sound it makes, it's not going to be too bad and will probably be drowned out by the sounds at work. The texture is fine, though I don't enjoy how I'd have to hold it with one hand. Plastic is as plastic does. Unfortunately, I do think that if I were to bring it to work, I'd smash it by accident. But if I were to use it just at home, I do think I'd quite enjoy it. Next, were monkey noodles. I hate these. The size would fit in my pocket fine, but it gets tangled up with everything else. Its one redeeming quality is its sound, as it doesn't make much, if any at all. The texture is just... no. Just no. I hated it. I had to wash my hands after I unbagged it. straight up 0. Again, I think it would get tangled in my pockets and the tools would make a tear. I did not like it, 0 out of 10. Next is a mix between a fidget cube and a maze toy. It's not a bad size, but I do believe it would take up a bit of space in my pocket. It is, unfortunately, a bit of a loud toy, so I don't believe I will be taking this one to work with me. The texture's fine, no complaints here, and as stated before, plastic is as plastic does, and I do fear that if I take this into work with me, that I would crack or smash it by accident. Honestly, I do quite enjoy it though. After I was done recording, I was still messing with it, trying to get all the balls into the slots. And finally, we have a Slinky that immediately came out of the bag into 2 broken pieces. The size isn't bad, though with its bad start off the bat, I am nervous about breaking it in my pockets. The sound is barely there, and for the pieces that didn't break, I don't think it would be much of a hindrance at work. The texture is fine, other than the jagged bits of plastic where the loops broke apart, and the durability speaks for itself, unfortunately. There's no need to beat a dead horse on plastic yet again. If it hadn't been cheaply made, I probably would have enjoyed it a lot more. But there you have it. All 8 of the toys. 1 B-, 1 C+, 2 Ds, and 4 Fs. Not a great haul in terms of work-acceptable fidget toys, but hey, what can you do? Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day. Leave a like and comment while you're down there looking at the description, and I will see you in the next video. Orca Dorka!